Well, the girl whom I love doesn't even know that I exist, 'cause she's always hanging around with this other guy that I'd like to hit with my fist. And it's not just a matter of jealousy for which I now speak. In fact, my pride is being destroyed because that other guy is such a geek. She's in love with 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 a geek. Calculator in his pockets and Dungeons and Dragons game by his side. Driving around in his metallic green station wagon. He's taking her for a ride, and she'll never appreciate the love that I can only contemplate in my dreams. And it seems I want to scream. She's in love with a geek. 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 They say love is blind, and I suppose that that's true, because this guy's got a face that resembles the hind end of a baboon, and he's got about as much personality as a loaf of bread. And even if I tried to tell her all the stuff, she wouldn't listen to a thing I said, 'cause she's in love with a geek. 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 Now here's the part where it gets all intense and emotional, like Bruce Springsteen would do. Maybe I should